Hello. Today I'll be talking about women, and I gotta face it. I've got nothing nice to say. Be talking about women, and I got nothing nice to say. It's all bad stuff. You know. It's not something you can necessarily try at a club. I feel like, because it comes off too angry and ranty. And when you're a fucking open micer and you're just starting out, you have no options really. Like, you got what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, sometimes 4 or 5, and they gotta really pack it in, and they gotta worry about punchlines and pauses. I remember once I was getting laughs for the first time, and I didn't really know what to do. I'm so used to silence that I just kind of looked like, and then I kind of killed it. I should have just kept going, and they got to play like catch up, and they laugh, and it just keep going. But you kind of got to pause sometimes. So what I really got to say here is, like, what is your plan? Women have something. I don't know what, but I don't know, maybe a plan of some sort. Like, what is your long-term game here? Like, really? For men, what do you want? You hate men. You run the world. Now, come on. Women pretty much run the world now. They're in offices and they got these dumb jobs. They're on a computer looking up people's profiles so they can, ruin their lives or run what they call a hit piece, you know? They probably did that back in the 40s when they were researching for an article or a newspaper. They're researching this guy. How cheap is he? Maybe he's a Jew. Could be a hit piece. Back then in Germany, if you were a Jew, you went out of business. If the Nazis didn't like you, you couldn't work at that town. Hollywood's just the same. Just the same. Except if you're not left wing, then you're a Nazi. You know? And they don't want that in their town. You'll never work in this town again. You always hear that. You'll never work in this town again. It's like, oh, I better clear up my act. I better know what I'm doing. But I've come up with a lot of things. Just women. Like, what's their plan? What do you want to do with men? You've got this power now. You can't say, oh, we experience a lot of inequality. No. People kiss your feet, kiss your ass. If you're a woman, especially if you're pretty, you'll get a job. Nowadays, you need a woman, especially if you're making a movie or you're working on a project. You need a woman there. Maybe a black woman would be great. A gay black woman, oh, forget about it. But I've always just wondered. Women fantasize about getting married when they're like 9, 10 years old. They think about it and they dream about it. It's like, I would love to get married one day. Then what? What happens after you're married? You get this guy, and he's always a fucking just covered in oil. He's got a ponytail. He's I don't know, some pirate. Fucking he's got no shirt, you know? Well, at least with men, when they think about a chick they want to be with, she's in a dress or she's wearing a bra. She's not, naked. She's not naked. We're not seeing her nipples. It's actually kind of nice when you don't see a woman straight off the bat what she looks like, underneath, of course. Because there's some sort of mystery, there's some sort of attraction when you don't know what a woman looks like. I don't know what it is, but when a woman is clothed like a model, let's say, like on TV, Kelly Bundy from Married to Children. Everybody knows that old show. Or what's another one? The Sopranos. Adriana LaCerva or La Cerva. She was smoking hot. Jesus Christ, was she hot? But we never really saw her nude. Did we ever see her nude? Maybe in a bra. We basically saw her nude, but not really. That kind of probably would have ruined the whole mystery, the whole thing. Because you see a woman nude, that's it. You've done it. My friend, you've done it, you know? It's like you want to go to an island and find this treasure, and you're there, you got the gold. Now what? Now what? And that's what I'm getting to with women and marriage. What is your plan? Do you want to make men gay because you like gay men because they're more like you? You want men to go to therapy, which is what? Becoming a woman. Is it not? You're sensitive. You're open. You're honest. You cry a lot. You have no balls. Pretty much any man in Los Angeles, really. Or, you know, the West Coast, those main cities. Outside the city, not so much. But basically, within the cities, that's how they're going to be. That's how they're going to act, right? But it's just weird. Women are everywhere, you know? I went to therapy. I loved it because I made my therapist cry. I love making women cry. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because... Maybe that's why I love Japanese porn so much, because the women are always sobbing. It's one of the weirdest things. They're always just crying when they're getting fucked. I mean, bawling their eyes out. I've never seen anything like this before. But I just got to keep watching. I got to see where this goes. It's uncomfortable. I feel like she's being raped, but come on, this is so real. She's not faking it. It's hard to fake sex when you sound like that. Come on, you know? And not the cartoon stuff, the live action stuff from like the 2000s or whatever. And there's some, you know, I can't remember all their names, but there's Tanaka, there's Artsy, or there's Hishomi or whatever. And Japanese chicks are really thin, and there's ones with huge fucking tits. Huge. I mean, it's insane. And there's that weird like nipple fetish thing where they don't even have sex. They just play with each other's breasts. It's kind of weird, but I'm getting off track here. A bunch of love talking about Japanese broads. Yeah, I did go to therapy, and what really bummed me out was how much of a gold-digging whore my therapist was, right? Because I thought she would be in it for more than just the money. You know, I thought we had something special going on, right? But apparently it was just about the money. It's like, when can I have my money? It's like, my God, it's like I'm being with a hooker. It's like, you could have an actual relationship with a hooker, it's just no sex. That's pretty much what therapy is it not? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But women are everywhere. So that you can't say the world hates women. The world hates white men, but not women. And not to get political, but it's just a little weird. There's some sort of charm that women have over us men. And goddamn, I love pussy. I mean, I haven't gotten great pussy lately. It's always some gross, ugly chick. Because when you don't have a car or a real job and you're trying to make it career-wise and you're just making nada, and you don't want to work as some loser in a grocery store, as a crossing guard, or some restaurant gig, and it's just tiring. Life sucks. Life's a bitch, you know? But it's just weird because women, they love men, but they love manly men, and slowly, the dating and the marriage, it kind of changes the sort of manliness of the whole thing, right? Because I don't know what it is, but something happens when a guy gets married or he gets older and he gets softer, and something happens to his testosterone, right? You know? There's a reason why men don't like kinky shit. They're not really into sex. Because if you're really, really into sex, well, you're gay, right? Because, you know, what kind of a man likes her girlfriend to, or his girlfriend to fuck him with a strap on? That would hurt, you know? You can try positions and different materials, whipped cream, maybe some food or something, but not like physically. That's weird, you know? You can try things with her. She can try things, you know, go to town. But if you're a guy, you want to try all these things, it's just a little weird, you know? Nipple play, anal, ugh. That is fucking gross. Your hands will smell like shit for a week. Trust me. I fingered a chick's ass once. My God, my hands reeked for a week. But Or maybe it was mine. Just kidding. It's weird, Most men have a lot of hair and, very, manly and a lot of tea, but those Japanese guys don't have a lot of hair. There's probably a reason for that. Maybe it's the estrogen and all the tofu they're eating. That probably affects, a lot of Asian guys got, no hair. No hair at all. It's a little weird. Gotta admit, it's a little weird how... And I'm watching these, really hot chicks, and they're getting fucked by these guys, and it's great, and they're crying. It's awesome. But I can't help but notice the guys have no hair. No fucking hair. It's the weirdest thing. It really is one of the weirdest things I've ever witnessed. You got hair in your head, maybe a little bush, some armpit hair. That's it. They're not hairy. Are they just shaving? They got no chest hair. I feel like half the time they're getting gay guys in these pornos because, well, think about it. It takes them longer to come, and porn's pretty long. It's 20, 30, 40 minutes. And sex is only supposed to be 15 minutes. 5-10 minutes of warm-ups and playing around. And actual sex is 5, 6, 7 minutes. The whole thing is 20. That's it. No more than 20 minutes. It's like exercise. Don't do it every day, but 20 minutes is all you're really going to do. Because if you're a guy, you're only going to come once. And if you're a chick, you're going to do it 30 times because you're fucking whore. But it's just weird. They got no hair, Their dicks are probably the size of a Lego figurine because all the estrogen and just the weird food they eat, But getting back to women, they must have a plan for men. They must. You want to get us to marry you, then turn soft or go to therapy, or it's all just a bunch of weird shit, man. A bunch of weird shit because you don't want us to be mean. We can't be sexist, which means we can't be manly or men. We can't have fun. Don't be misogynist. What about misogynist? Because there's the other one where women hate men. There's misogyny and there's misogyny or whatever the other one is, changed by a couple letters there. Because there are women who fucking hate men, But women have this plan. They want us to marry them. And when it happens, when you're married, the longer you are, especially if you're older, it's they got a hold of your balls, which are 2 eggs, 2 raw eggs, and they crush them. They got these 2 eggs in their hands, 2 white eggs, and just when you're dating, they're going for the eggs, right? Especially, when you're engaged, they go for the eggs. When you're engaged, they go for them. And then when you're married, every year they get closer and closer. And then 4, 5, 6 years, those eggs are gone, buddy. They're crushed. They're on the floor. They're going to the fucking garbage. But that's what marriage is. It's you had sex with a robot, a female robot, metal vagina, and it's not a sex doll. This is a real moving thing, and emphasis on thing. But as you're having sex with it, it's probably pretty tight, and it's squeezing your dick, and it's moving, and it's pulsating and shit. It's probably gonna destroy your dick, and afterwards, you take it out, and it's like fucking Laffy Taffy, and you can't have sex ever again. It's like trying to shove a snake into a pipe, and not a real snake, not like a snake you put down a drain, like a real fucking snake. But I feel that's what marriage is, and that's what women have planned, get us to marry him, and basically somebody who will fuck them because they love you, just very women, because there's men can cheat on a woman and still love her because they weren't serious about that girl. They don't love her, It's think about masturbating. Is masturbating cheating? No, not really. It's not sex. And you don't love them. You just, just fucking, all right, whatever. All right. But then with cheating, it's I thought of it a lot, and I would love to cheat. It's one of those things, I actually look forward to cheating. I'm really a piece of shit for that, but I don't care. I don't know. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm a guy. I'm normal. I want to cheat. I want to date a girl, get her to fall in love with me, and just fucking. I don't want her to know about it because then it'll stop being fun. Or maybe it will be more fun, I guess. I don't know. Depends. It's just, to me, it's fun, you know? I'm not serious about the chick. We're just having sex. It's like dinner. It's like playing pool, you know? Before I didn't really know him. After, I don't care about him, you know? It's like acting. It's like I was in character. I didn't mean what I said, you know? It was all part of a certain attitude. A certain, you know, set of principles. But there's something weird about women, you know? Just, they got the charm. They get us men to marry them. And then, especially with the therapy, forget it. They turn very feminine. Women are everywhere. They complain. I've been hearing this a lot. Like, feminism is apparently, what was it? We don't want men or creepy guys to hassle us or to hurt us, because that's what feminism is, I guess. It's like, it's not only equality. It's just we don't want to be treated like a piece of meat. Like, okay, well then what's sex? Isn't that being treated like a piece of meat? Because you're not having a conversation. It's like, oh, I love you. You know? You're being treated like a piece of meat, you know, that you get to have sex with. That's just what it is. Because women, I don't know what it is, but nowadays they seem very slutty and they take their clothes off in a matter of minutes, especially if they're desperate, haven't been with a guy in a long time. Because they can be with a woman, still doesn't count. It's not sex. It's two women can come together, but that is not sexual intercourse. I'm sorry. Women still need a dick, you know? To them, that's the real deal, you know? What was I gonna say? Shit. I think it was what was it? I don't even remember now. But women, they don't want to be treated like meat. Oh no, here's what it was. With sex, the more women have sex, the saner they become. I met this girl once, and she was pretty fucking crazy, no filter, just pretty embarrassed. And we started having sex a couple times or whatever, and then she starts toning down a little bit, you know? She's not as crazy as she was. She's not as horny, and now she's saner. I don't know what it is, but women actually need sex to be normal. And men, when they have sex, they kind of... They get wild and it gets out of control, you know? They can sort of keep it inside, which is why, you know, guys have hobbies, because just because you're married doesn't mean you have sex all the time. You're not allowed to cheat, which is why you cheat, because there's not a lot of sex happening. You have sex like once a month, once every 2, 3, 4 weeks, or whatever it is, right? Depends. But it used to be with feminism, with women, it's like, oh, we want to be treated like men. And now they're treated like men. Oh, they can be treated like above men, like they're gods or something. It's fucking so bots. But to me, women, they have this charm. They can get guys to marry them. Then they crush their eggs, crush their balls like they're fucking eggs, and they turn their dick into Laffy Taffy. That's what marriage does, and the therapy kind of ruins them. But they got this charm to start. It's sort of this retard charm, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, but there's something with women. They have this charm. They look really hot. And that's why, for me at least, most men, they like thin women because they're more sexual. Because fat women aren't sexual. There's nothing sexual about a fat chick, but a beautiful chick and a little bit of makeup. Not too much, obviously. And she's in a dress. And she's showing off her tight ass. And you can see her move and her legs kind of sway. And there's like this silk rubbing against each other. You can sort of, especially when she bends over, you can see the outline of her pussy. It's like, oh, like I have now seen you naked, because you're got a good posture, your chest going up a bit, kind of bending your back, and then you're kind of going up like that, your back or up, whatever. So you can see the outline of her nipples or her breasts and her ass. So you can basically see a woman nude without actually seeing her nude. But that's the way you got to go about it, you know? You just kind of like, oh, I want to fuck that chick, and that's it. It's not like, Ooh, I don't know if I can get away with it. Like that is the worst attitude. It's got to be like, who do I want? If you're in like a club or a bar, whatever, who do I want to fuck? Like you look at him like a piece of me. That's just the way it works for men. For me, you just like think of it like this cocky success thing. It's like, because women don't like a shy guy. Sort of like stand up. People don't like somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. Somebody who's not confident. They're shy or nervous because it's very uncomfortable. You don't want to. It makes you want to get up and leave. But getting back to that health thing, that's another point about women. Is that it's not some societal thing like, oh, men have been brainwashed to like thin women and not fat women. No, bullshit. Fat women aren't sexy, They're not horny. You want to have sex with a thin chick because they exercise. Something about exercise is sexual. Same with eating healthy. That's also a sexual thing, People don't exercise and eat healthy because they need to, but because they want to. That's the truth. That's the goddamn truth. It used to be back in the 50s. It used to be women in the kitchen because there was no pressure there. There was no stress. It was their happy place. It was a sanctuary. It was like a temple or something. And that's what the gym has turned out to be. The gym is the new kitchen. Almost every woman, hot, sexual, whatever, who wants to deal with stress and doesn't want to freak out, they go to the gym or they go for a run or whatever it is. Exercise is like their sanctuary. They used to knit or cook or go grocery shopping because those are stress-free environments, which proves that women aren't good with dealing with stress unless they're butch. They're like actual dykes, like top dykes. Top dykes who are tops, if that makes any sense. I could imagine they could handle it. That could work. That could 110% work. But if you want to tell me that women go to the gym or they can't handle stress, I don't believe you. I don't believe that for a second. That couldn't happen. That wouldn't happen. That's a bunch of bullcrap, There's a reason to go to the gym. It's sexual. There are other guys there. Come on, Women are relatively the same as they were 70 years ago, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 100 years ago, They're a little sluttier, but that's it. People are still smoking or vaping to relieve stress. They're inhaling and they're exhaling to relieve stress. They've been doing that since the 20s. Or even before that, the 1870s. Or I don't know when. But there's something where women can't handle stress and they don't like pressure or being in charge or making decisions because they're not objective. When you really think about it, I heard this from I think Jordan Peterson. Men like things, machines, ideas, concepts, very objective, science and math and stuff. Women like things. They like feelings. That's why they like puppies and they feel bad for a homeless guy. But they're not going to, risk their life and help raise the homeless guy and get him off crack or booze or whatever. Because women aren't nice. They have this niceness about them, this charm and sort of manipulative kind of thing. Especially if they're West Coast, LA, maybe Seattle, I don't know where. Maybe not Portland. San Diego, maybe San Francisco. Not sure. But there's something about maybe the southern West Coast chick. They have this retard charm where it's like, you've heard some things, you should stay away from them. But as soon as they start talking to you, that guard's kind of let down. And if they were to offer you lemon squares or brownies, you wouldn't turn them down. It's like, oh, fuck yeah, I love lemon squares and brownies. God damn. What is it, for a bake sale? We've heard so many things about, autistics or people with Down syndrome and they're weird or they have these attacks or whatever. But you get to talking to them and they're pretty nice, Because here's the thing. People that are smart are pretty angry and people that are dumb are pretty happy, right? I'm sort of an angry guy. I'm also sort of a smart guy, So I look pissed off all the time. I sound sarcastic or I look like a sociopath. You know, women don't want to be mean. They want to be nice, which is why they don't like comedy. Which is why they don't like the truth, because the truth ain't always so pretty. There are funny women out there, Phyllis Diller, Gracie Allen, but who else? Who else? There's more. Lucille Ball. Those are funny people. Yeah, that was the last time we saw really funny women. Not lately. But they got this like retard charm, which leads to the marriage. So it's like this long con to debone or deball men, de-testicle men, not de-testicle, but like remove, squash those fucking eggs and turn us into like Laffy Taffy. I don't know how I came up with all this. I wrote this like a long time ago, but I used to be a baseball fan. Used to watch a lot of Mariners games. I started watching back when Kyle Seager was on the Mariners, so like a season or two after the Nationals one. So I think I started watching like 2019, 2020 is when I started watching like Mariner games, give or take. And lately I've just stopped. I think last time I watched a game was when they played the Red Sox in Boston, Fenway Park. But there's something very gay about baseball, because with the Mariners, there's a reason why it's called T-Mobile Park. T-Mobile is a pink company, and they want it to be pink. They could have chosen AT&T, but that's blue, and it's not good enough. It's got to be above the liberal crap. They could have picked Verizon, but that's red. Can't do red. It's a blue state. And they could have done AT&T, but it's not. It's got to be pink, because they got to make baseball gay. Whenever somebody hits a home run, if it's Rodriguez or anybody like that, I forget all their names. I know a lot of the pitchers. George Kirby was pretty great, but they put on a Darth Vader helmet with no mask, and it's got like the old Mariners logo on it, and then they get a pitchfork and they dance together in a mosh pit. That's what baseball's become. They're dancing in a mosh pit, high-fiving each other and slapping each other on the ass, and it looks like they've all just done poppers, but it's fucking gay. I don't know what the fuck I'm into baseball. I love watching old games, but the first series I watched was 1975, the Reds against the Red Sox, a 7-game series. It was something exciting. I love watching all the old games. The one from 65, it was the Dodgers and the Twins. A very exciting series. And 4 or 5 games in, the Dodgers are going to do it. And it's so great. Watching all those old games, or the, what was it? The 86 series with the Mets, or the one with the Yankees and who else was it? The Yankees and the Dodgers, 1977. I mean, some of the most classic series ever. Just really great. But then I started watching hockey, and I started realizing hockey is probably the manliest sport in the state, in the country. Basketball is kind of gay, which is why a lot of Jewish schools let that happen, let that slide. You can't really get hurt playing basketball. But you can during football, which is why, a lot of Jewish schools I went to had no football. They had basketball. I'm choked my saliva. They had rowing. They had cross country. All the gayest, simplest, safest sports out there, right? But they didn't have football or soccer or fucking baseball. Too dangerous of sports. But hockey is a great fucking sport. A great game, I'll tell you why. Because it's the one sport where the referees let the players fight. You see like a big group in baseball, and there's a fight, and then people get ejected from the game. It's crazy how managers who act sort of as like a coach get ejected from the game. Like, that is so crazy to me. But hockey's great. The refs let the players fight, and they punch each other, And when it gets too crazy, it's, oh, okay, now we have to step in. Not immediately. When it's longer than like a minute or two or 3-4 minutes, then they step in. Then it's a real fight. Then it's a concern. But until then, just sit back and watch the show. You know, nibble on some popcorn or a big pretzel, whatever the fuck. But it's just weird. The whole thing is fucking weird. That this sport exists, the manliest fucking sport ever. Hockey is fucking... I wish I got into it, but I was too into baseball because I grew up with the Mariners, and it wasn't until later that Seattle got a hockey team. But I don't know what the fuck, but I'll say this. Hockey's great. It's the one sport where your teeth actually get to move just as fast as the puck, you know, just as fast as the object you're trying to hit to score. You know, there are teeth, probably more teeth sliding across the ice than there are pucks. Sometimes faster, you know. Sometimes they reach the goal, the net, before the puck does. But it's a great sport. You know, they're chucking each other, getting decked. Fucking, you're getting literally hit or cut. I remember there was one where a guy, he got a fucking hockey puck in the goddamn cheek. I was watching one of those YouTubers where they kind of like do news and shit, you know, like kind of thing where it's like, oh, the Oakland Athletics are moving to Vegas, you know, and like those kind of videos with commentary and like footage. It's not like a webcam thing. But this guy gets hit in the cheek with a goddamn hockey puck. He gets like 17 or 18 stitches, maybe it was 12. And he comes back in the game. The guy comes back into the fucking game. Is that not crazy or what? The guy gets fucking... I don't know if he probably got cut a little, but he got like a massive... His cheek split open from the goddamn puck. Got stitches, little like surgical bandages. And then just comes back in the game. That is the manliest, most American fucking sport there is. What else? Football. Just all black people, and it's just, they're trying to make it gay. Basketball sucks. Baseball is lame. The whole thing is stupid. I don't know what the fuck happened to baseball. Now you're wearing these like annoying sunglasses and all these gay jerseys. And once the NHL, a lot of these like hockey players who are Christian, and they said no to the goddamn pride, whatever the fuck, jerseys. That's when you can respect him. Somebody with fucking balls. Fucking standing up for what they believe in and not letting some corporation ruin their lives. Wearing something humiliating or embarrassing, you don't want to wear it. And there's cameras fucking everywhere. And people taking pictures, their phones. And you're supposed to do it because you get paid all this money? Like, no, you don't have to be a clown. It's not a circus act. You don't want to wear the fucking jersey. Don't wear the fucking jersey. And there are people who would say no, and it's so refreshing. And that's why hockey is so great, because of that and the fighting, and people getting hurt are coming back into the games, and it's a fucking great sport. But what I was going to get to, which I should have talked about before, was the women thing I was talking about before this. There are women in sports. Woman, female fucking commentators. In basketball, some of them are lesbian, whatever, doesn't matter. Hockey too, and they're whispering, and I feel like I'm, listening to my therapist talk to me. It's like, yeah. And I don't want to be too mean, because then I might not get my money back because I've paid for future sessions and all that bullshit. Wait a minute. Don't you have a female basketball league? Why are you in the male basketball league? This doesn't make any fucking sense, but they need all this diverse bullshit where they got like black people in there and whites and Asians, Caucasian, Asian, whatever. Why are you here? Like, I get it. You want like a cute chick in a tight skirt and little like push-up bra and got a little blouse on, and she's holding the mic like she's a news reporter or an anchor, and it's all cute and all that shit. That's all good and dandy. but there should be no fucking reason why a woman is actually I can listen to ESPN radio, and there's a woman talking. A woman. This is a male sport. Part of being a man, part of being male is getting angry and yelling and not this niceness bullshit. Because now people have thought, oh, you can't be angry. What are you, an alcoholic, a drunk, an asshole? Like, no. It's called being a man. Men get angry and yell, and if they don't, they're Asian, which is why they have no fucking hair. Jesus Christ. But they're whispering, they're talking, they're not yelling and getting angry. And it's all these weird pun bullshit. It's like, a shot from downtown, behind the back, and that's a slam drive. Oh, this guy is some wild turkey. It's all this like weird like puns, and it's just terrible. Slamming down like an eagle. Oh, that ball came flying down like an eagle. The eagle has landed. It's a 3-pointer. It's all this like crap. But if you're going to be in sports, you got to get loud. You got to be angry because that's exciting. You need energy, not, oh, he scored a 3-pointer. Yay. And all this bullshit. Even though when women get excited, they fucking scream. It's ubats. It's fucking nuts. You want to be a commentator and you're a woman? Go to the fucking WNBA or the WNHL. Jesus Christ. Women are everywhere and it fucking sucks. That's pretty much the end of it. But they got this niceness, this charm. That's how they get men to marry them. That's how they get into these jobs. Otherwise, they'll sue you for sexual harassment, even though you're gay. It's just dumb and stupid. Just dumb and stupid. Pretty much everything except anger, I don't know what else, has been turned gay. Because women love everything except anger. Anger is like one of the last safe places for men. Because comedy has been ruined, or radio, or fucking sports. Guns are ruined. Speech. Porn's ruined. It's not as mainstream as it used to be. It used to be real movies, real actors. There was music. There was cuts. There was a film crew. Now it's just garbage. But no man should get married. I'm only 23. I'm a fucking idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. But women, don't get married until you're like 50 or 60 when you've lost. Jesus Christ. When you've lost or you're losing your balls, your testosterone, you know? Don't stop exercising. That's really important. I'm a lazy guy. I fucking hate exercising. I try and lift weights. I like being lazy because I feel like it breeds and it makes me funnier, sort of. I feel like if I try too hard, then I won't be funny or won't be smart and all this stuff. Because, you know, a lot of people exercise are kind of dumb. But all I'm saying is don't get married too young. It'll de-ball you. It'll fucking take your balls away. Watch out for women. They have a charm over men. This retard charm. Don't go to therapy. Do not. If you want to be a man, do not go to therapy. Don't watch porn. I mean, unless you want to, then it's all right. But if you don't want to, don't. Fucking, you want to have sex? Have sex. You know. And women are ruining everything except anger and fucking, I don't know. Fuck else. I guess farts are still kind of funny. But yeah. Anyway. Women are just, I don't know. They're a little crazy. A little, scrambunctious or grambunctious. Around the edges.